Mr. Money in the Bank.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to your favorite weekly show on Wrestlefanent YouTube channel, that is WWE Raw Review. This week's Raw was again full of surprises, twist, turn, and exciting romantic advances made over each other. Well, a lot of mystery has been surrounded around Liv Morgan's actions, the QR codes, Sami Zayn being tormented by the Alpha Academy, and there's a lot of other things. But we're going to discuss all of that on today's Raw review video, so stick tuned and let's begin the fallout from this week's edition of the flagship show, Monday Night Raw. First off, of course, Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio's growing closeness to be discovered. As it was advertised, Liv Morgan opened up Monday Night Raw and everybody was waiting for the answers. Why Liv? Why did you kiss Dominik? Is this part of the plan? Is this your romantic advances? Or are you just looking to extract revenge on mommy, of course, Rhea Ripley? Liv Morgan started out by saying that she wanted to take everything away from Rhea Ripley, and that included Dominik Mysterio. That prompted Dom to come out and issue a warning from Rhea Ripley. But as Liv Morgan proved to be clever enough, she said that she would happily take a beating from Rhea Ripley, and so will Dominik because of his actions, but she will make it all worth it. As soon as that, she made 2 steps closer towards Dom and cornered him in the apron before Finn Balor came in and interrupted what was about to be a very nicely romantic and jiving moment between both of them. Of course, later in the night, as we saw that Braun Strowman defeated Carlito and was outnumbered by the Judgment Day, Strowman managed to overpower them for quite a bit and then set his sights on Dominik Mysterio, who was about to get these hands of Braun Strowman before Liv Morgan once again came down and acted as a human shield for Dom, saving her in the process from the wrath of the monster among men. Of course, Liv once again tried to make an advance, but again was stopped by Finn Balor in her tracks. But folks, what you must have missed is that Liv Morgan immediately took to her social media after Raw and posted a picture of giving a kiss to Dominik Mysterio's big hoarding on the WWE production truck as another sign of the mind games that are continuing as this storyline gets more and more interesting by the week. Coming up next, Ludwig Kaisar versus Sheamus. So of course this rivalry has been brewing up for weeks, with the Celtic warrior Sheamus looking to extract revenge on Ludwig Kaisar, who had been on his trail ever since he lost to Gunther in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. After weeks of run-ins, the duo finally met in a one-on-one showdown on tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw, where the match was an absolute banger and a banger. During one spot of the match, Sheamus seemingly injured his leg, and as the conclusion came, he was about to execute the bro kick. But the injury came in handy and his leg gave out, giving Ludwig Kaisar the opening to do a roll-up and get the pinfall over the Celtic warrior. This victory surely is a big win for his young career, while leaving Sheamus questioning that whether he can still hang with the best in this era or not. Next up, the QR code mystery. Of course, the QR code has become a regular part of our life as wrestling fans, as each and every week we see some invasions, some QR codes, website going down, social media deleted tweets, everything is going on, and we all know who is behind these QR codes. It is none other than Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, the brother of course, the legendary Bray Wyatt, rest his soul. So in this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, we saw that the QR code once again flashed at the end of Sheamus vs Ludwig Kaisar match, and it led to a web page which had a lot of links as usual, but 2 of them were really interesting. One played an exciting video with an eerie, mysterious glitches, flashes, and that saw the glimpses of Bray Wyatt's iconic Firefly Funhouse in a lot of frames. The other link that I mentioned was even more interesting, as it had a distorted image of WWE Raw Talk host Megan Morant and Sam Roberts, and had a message, "See you tonight," which indicated that another tease or another hint was coming up later this night. Well, it proved to be really true, as at the start of the Raw Talk show, the opening was interrupted by Uncle Howdy's another mysterious glitch, which had another long message, or I should rather say a warning. Coming up next, Bron Breakker's destruction continues. After weeks of decimating a lot of people on Monday Night Raw, Bron Breakker was scheduled to battle one of his victims, Ricochet, in a one-on-one showdown on tonight's show. The match was jam-packed and action-paced, but in the end, it saw Bron Breakker once again destroying Ricochet, and he was about to inflict even more damage. He had that big steel steps and he was about to toss it over Ricochet, as Samantha Irvin could have just watched her fiance get decimated. But in the nick of time, it was the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov, who rushed down to ringside and stopped the attack from Bron Breakker. As a result of these events, Ilya Dragunov and Bron Breakker are now scheduled to battle on next week's edition of Monday Night Raw in what will surely be a stellar showdown between the two athletes. Next up, let's talk about the former NXT standout who made her televised debut on Monday Night Raw, Kiana James. So Kiana James had requested a debut match against the veteran, the BOAT, Natalya, in an effort to show what she's got and what she's about to deliver on the main roster. Kiana did just exactly what she said and had a banger of a match against Natalya and picked up the win over the BOAT in her very first match on Monday Night Raw. Kiana looked to be really happy post her victory, and it seems that left Natalya quite furiated, who was tired of being the first step in everyone's career. Well, as far as Kiana James goes, we have to wait and see what the young upstart has to offer to the Red brand. Coming up next, Jey Uso's big moment. Of course, we all saw Jey Uso coming out to the crowd and yeeting with the WWE audience. He thanked everyone for his singles career being a superb hit thanks to them, and declared his intentions for Money in the Bank. That's right, folks. Jey Uso declared himself to be a part of this year's Money in the Bank ladder match that could change his career forever and finally clinch him that World Heavyweight Championship he's been eyeing for a long time. Alongside Jey, even Lyra Valkyria expressed her interest in participating in the women's side, only to be attacked by a furiated Io Sky backstage, continuing their rivalry next week when they face off once again in a one-on-one showdown. And lastly, the main event of the show that featured the World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest squaring off against the WWE Hall of Famer, the Master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. The match was really going for a good pace, but in the end saw chaos as Judgment Day members made their presence felt yet again. But Rey Mysterio had some backup in the form of Dragon Lee, who tried to neutralize the threat. However, that didn't work in Rey's favor as he lost the match to Damian Priest. But it was interesting to see Damian Priest's upcoming challenger at Clash at the Castle, Drew McIntyre, emerge and try to decimate him and his entire crew. However, the numbers game also caught up to McIntyre in the end, as Damian Priest put him through a table with his Judgment Day members and himself standing tall to end Monday Night Raw. Well, folks, that was it for this edition of Wrestlefanet's WWE Raw review. If you liked the video, then like, comment, share, and do subscribe to our channel Wrestlefanent, and look out for next week's edition of WWE Raw as professional wrestling gets cooler and cooler by the day. Take care, guys. I'll see you all in the next video.